Welcome back to K5J Gaming, and today I have another healing build video for PvE. For all my PvEers out there, man, this one is going to be nice because I really enjoyed this build. This is so much fun. It boosts your confidence as a healer, in my opinion. But let's get into the build. First off, I'm running with the best in slot life staff to me is Hoplite Life Staff. I have running with Blessed, Refreshing Move, and Fortified Sacred Ground. I have a cut pristine diamond in it to give it. I want the damage because now I'm using a flail, and I want all outgoing healing to be 15% as well while I'm using it. We know Bless has 12% outgoing healing. Refreshing Move, light and heavy attacks reduce your weapons cooldown, which is good because you get your stuff back faster, which you need to heal at a faster pace. Fortified Sacred Ground, the best thing on a life staff, unless you're running like Divine Embrace or something like that. But to me, Fortified Sacred Ground on the staff is the best way to go. Then we move on to the 725 Power Life Staff. I said Power Life Staff, Power Stone. We're gonna with the same one, a cut pristine diamond. This has heavy burden. If health is above 90%, attacks cause 20% weaken for 5 seconds. Great talent to have. I have another refreshing move. It has enchanted this time. Light and heavy attacks deal 5.3% damage, and I love this talent. Mending Vortex. Every 2 hits with Vortex will heal you. So when you're spinning around for 45% of your base weapon damage, you're getting heavy heals. I promise you guys. I'm running with the Hoplite Amulet. 725. I have an Ice Ward damage absorption in there right now, but I normally change this out for nature when I'm playing in PvE for the raid, or I kind of switch out depending on what I'm doing. Unimpeded, which is cool. I can switch this out for something different, maybe throw a refreshing on there, and health. Next, I really like this one, but that bloodletting messes me up. So I'm going to switch this out eventually and go for Vivify. Why am I going to go for Vivify? Because it has Healing Breeze on it and it comes with refreshing. I believe you get it from Tempest. So once Tempest is up, because it hasn't been up for like almost 3 weeks now, once Tempest is up, Tempest Heart, I'm going to go in there and try to get this ring, that Healing Breeze and that refreshing, and then adding Sacred on there as well would be bomb right there. And I have my Hoplite earring, which I like. I like refreshing, toast, and nimble. I would like to put, if I can get hardy over here, if I can, and then nimble, and then refreshing toast, not refreshing, because as you see, I'm 6/4 the max on that one. So yeah, I would like to switch that one out. Now we're going with the Hoplite mask. That we going with the armor now. We have the Hoplite mask. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm running opals in all of these because I want to get a lot of, damage absorption from physical, because if you're going to be in the mix in the fight and you're using your power stone, you want to have as much physical damage absorption as you can. So that's why I have the cut pristine opals in there. But I'm running with Keen Beacon, Enchanted Ward, and Refreshing. Because the Hoplite lifestyle comes with Enchanted Ward and Refreshing, you cannot take those out. So I do want my talents from my life staff in there. So I have Keen Beacon on here. This is the bread and butter of the build right here. The featherweight. It costs a lot to upgrade, and I haven't decided what talents yet I will put on there, but we know the featherweight, this armor is weightless, so it takes away a lot of the weight from your armor that I'm able to run these next couple pieces that I'm going to show y'all. It comes with refreshing and physical aversion, which is great because I have a physical war damage in there and I have a physical aversion talent. I do not know what talent I'm gonna put yet. I might put health. I have to see first, and I'm trying to get it to 725 gear score. Now I'm running a Hoplite hand covers, right? It has Enchanted Ward, Refreshing, and Invigorated. I would like to switch out Invigorated yet, which is not a bad talent, but maybe something different like a health or, another Power Stone talent on there. But I'll show you what I'm going to do, why I haven't figured it out yet or what I'm going to do. I'm just giving you guys a base overview of what I'm doing. Next, we have the Hoplite Light Pants, right? I got my Mending Protection on there, another life staff talent, Enchanted Ward, and Refreshing. This you get from the Gorg, this you get from the Gorg, and this you get from the Gorg, right? And then the Hoplite Sabatones, heavy. So they allowing me to wear heavy boots and still staying light because of the featherweight. So, and I keep on my shield as well. So on the featherweight, I have the Hoplite Sabatons. Now let me tell you something right now. I really don't need I really don't need this. I think it just comes in handy. Well, first let me go back. The Hoplite Sabatons, which is a heavy gear, is hasted vigor, And I like hasted vigor because you could just move, or you can just, when you're inflicted with dot, you gain 7% haste, so you can just move quick. You know, it has refreshing and it has health. I have a punishing ward. This one I use for my tank, so I didn't want to switch this out, and because this is a lot of money, so I did not want to switch it out. But I'm gonna tell you what I can do and what you can do, and what I noticed. You, if you know you're not gonna really use the flail like that, because I know a lot of people in the comments gonna be like, why you use your shield? Why you use your shield? I just want some extra protection as a healer. I don't want to just go in there. But what I can say is, if you wanted to use a different thing, let's just say I took this shield off real quick, right? And you see it put me at 9.7, right? So let's just say, for the sake of argument, where is my gloves? I wanted to do medium gloves, right? You see my physical and my elemental armor. Let's see, I still stay at light, right? So that means I can actually have heavy gloves if I needed to. And I can run another, let's see here. So it takes medium, right? And let's just say I wanted to use light gloves. It still puts me at light. So now I'm at 1381 physical aversion, and I'm at 1321 elemental aversion. That's if you take off the shield. If you don't feel like you need to use the shield, which it makes sense not to use the shield. I'm a punk. Let's just say that I'm a punk, right? And I need to probably use it, but again, you can go with the heavy helmet, you can go with the light pants, and you can go with the heavy footwear, and you can go with the heavy chest, and you still get the 1381, right? And let's just say, for the sake of argument, I want to use a strong oak flesh bomb, right? Let's see. Oh Lord. Let's see right now, right? 1727 physical aversion. 1727. Now you would have to make these pieces work. You would have to obviously get your talent on your helmet and get your talent on your boots, right? So it works. It really does work. And if you kind of just got to work around the numbers, but as you can see, I'm taking 1727 on damage, right? That's awesome. That is awesome. And I might have to actually try that. I'm not too sure yet. I've been having fun blocking with the shield because I do get a lot of damage reduction with the shield as well. So this is my build, guys. Let's get into the attributes, right? So I'm going with 50 strength, right, to give me some heavy attack damage. You want to do some damage, right? Then I'm running with, I have 393 focus, and I have 200 con, right? So 200 con, 390. Now you don't have to. You can do 350 and 200 and then 50, but that's just what I have set up right now. Then we move on to the flailing shield, right? First off, I have vital suppressant. While at or above 50% health, reduce damage taken by 4%. While below 50% health, reduce the attacker's stamina damage dealt by blocking by 10%. This is why I say I'm using the shield. This is why I use the shield. It depends on your playstyle, how you want to use your flail. This is just my playstyle. Everybody's going to have their own different style of play, right? I just showed you a version of it if you want to be more tankier. I prefer the shield because this is an increased base damage duration, all limited duration buffs on player by 10%. All of these shield buffs is why I use it, right? Then we come over here, you get your cooldown reduction. You get 1% cooldown reduction when hitting a target when you're in light gear, right? Then we have cleric abilities and heavy attacks. Hit against targets with less than 50% health, increase incoming healing by 5% and gain 7% haste. Moving up and down, You're faster. You're fast on your feet. And the talents I'm running is Arcane Eruption, Arcane Vortex, and Arcane Smite. This does healing and weaken. I don't want to read through all the talents, but I'm just letting you know these things right here, they do weaken, they do healing, and they do damage. So if you really want to lock in with this, go ahead and read the talent. Don't just put what I put, right? I want you to understand why you're using it, right? And I do have a video on my last one, and where I go in detail about explaining what you use the flail and shield, like each talent, going through each actual attribute point. Then you go to the life staff. If you've seen any of my videos, you know I've been running the same life staff. I've been running the same talents. I have Beacon, I have Mend and Protection, and I have Sacred Ground. For all my healers out there, you already know what these talents do. But if you're new to the channel, Sacred Ground is a must, right? If you're on controller, even if you're on PC, Sacred Ground is a never is best in slot when you're using a healing build. Now people love Divine Embrace and Light's Embrace. That's where you get a lot of PC players because the cooldowns are very fast and you get a very targeted, very big boost in healing when you're using these two. I play on console, so for me it's harder to kind of move around and you have to be on point when you're healing. So for console players, you could go Light's Embrace and you can go Divine Embrace. For PC players, you can go Light's Embrace and you can go Divine Embrace. For console players, I would say you either choose between Beacon, Orb of Protection, and Splash of Light. Those are great concepts of healing when you're using a controller. And I believe that is it for the build, guys. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. I switched it around to just show you real quick that you can get busy, and you can get big and buff with this build. It just depends on what you're using. You know what I'm saying? So it's your play style. I'm just throwing the build out there to see how you guys like it. It works in PvE, and I'm gonna show you guys here in a second. K5J